waiting for Zulu or Lume to get on because I would like to actually try to have a conversation. And if they don't, I'm going ahead and ending the live and I'll be back again. What's today? I think today's Sunday. So I'll be back again this Saturday to continue the Zulu lessons. But I did get somewhere with Zulu yesterday. I got a little bit more words. But yeah, I just want it to be productive. So I'm gonna give it some time, see if either one of them join or if anybody else wants to go on live with me and try to have a conversation. But if not, I am going to get off of here. I'm not going to stay on here that long. So yeah, I'm gonna wait to maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, I'm going to log off. I'm sorry I have to keep repeating myself, but I'm just repeating myself for people that are just joining. But again, if yeah. Hi Zulu,
Good evening.
Sabona.
Good
How
evening.
you?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Please excuse the background noise.
It's not music, right? As long as it's not
And
music.
it's people talking.
Okay.
It's people talking, making noise.
No worries. As long as it's not music, it's fine. But thank you for showing up. How are you doing? Seems like you're tired yourself.
I released a video. I was shooting a video. I edited the video. I did a live stream. I'm so tired. I was
Oh,
cooking. I There's a lot that was happening today, so I'm super tired. And it's not even 5 yet, and I just want to sleep. I really want to sleep.
hey, if you need to sleep, you need to sleep.
Yeah, but we're here now, so you have a lot of people. Hey, you have a lot of
Yeah,
you have a lot of traffic today.
I know, surprisingly.
Uh,
So, um, let's see. Do we start where we ended yesterday?
yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
Let's
let's
do
do it.
that.
Okay, so one, I mean, I said Sabona to you, but I need you to flip it so that I can start there.
So you want to start the conversation and say
No, I don't.
Sawubona to
No,
me?
no, no. No. You start the conversation.
Sawubona Kareesha.
Yable, yeah, Yable. Um, you
You
threw
can
me
say
off
my name,
saying my
it's fine.
name. Yeah, you just
Then you
say
can say Yebo
Savannah.
Msheng.
Okay,
You can say
Yable
Yebo Msheng.
Zulu. Yable Zulu.
Kunjani,
Giapila Unjani Wena.
nami ngiyaphila. Wenzani,
How Wena Wenzani. So Wenzani is where are you at?
no, what are you doing?
What are you doing? But Wena, I thought Wena was where you're doing. So no, it's not.
When?
So
No.
Wena is and you. Okay, so wenzani is what are you doing?
Right.
Sikhuluma isiZulu.
Okay, that's good. Then, do you want us to do the conversation about you coming off of a plane, then jumping onto the Uber on your
Uber,
way to South Africa and all those things? We
right.
can do that. So, this is me. I'm the Uber driver. I'm the
Yes.
designated driver taking you to Mall of Africa. So,
Mm.
um, I come, okay, I'm here now, and then I'm saying, Caesar, meaning, can I help you? Or before
Uh,
that, we've already greeted each other, right? And all those things. So, Caesar,
uh, Yebo, e Iga Igato Igoto Itola Gilapi I Uber.
right, right. So, I'm the Uber driver, so you can't ask me
I already
where can I
asked.
find the Uber. But it's fine. I like the fact that you were able to say Itolagala PE Uber. That's good. You have a
Okay.
good memory. So, let's pick up from there. You're good. You're fine. You're good. Okay.
Okay.
It's just that we need to say Itolagalapi, or what are we asking? How far is Small of Africa, right?
Right.
So,
Um,
um,
I'm looking at my notes now. It's Igupi Imal of Africa. Igupi Imal of Africa.
let me just do the Lord's work right now first. Just put
Mhm.
this person in timeout because I don't know who they are, know why they're doing what they're doing. Okay. Um, Igupi, Igupi, Imal of Africa.
Igupi Imal of Africa. Yes. That's what
Right.
I'm supposed to say
So,
after. Can you say that question one more time?
Igupi, Imal of Africa.
No, what you were asking me before the where I'm asking you.
Oh, ngingakusiza ngani or ngingakusiza, meaning
Ngasiza.
how can I help you? How can I help
Ngasiza.
you? Yeah. Ukusiza is to help. So ngingakusiza ngani? How can I help you? Right.
Okay. Ngingasiza.
Yeah, ngingakusiza ngani? And then you say,
Igupi I Mall of Africa. Igupi I Mall of Africa.
okay. Um, Ayiko kude kakhulu. It's not that far. Ayiko kude kakhulu. Remember, I did say that yesterday. Ayiko kude kakhulu.
I don't think. Oh yes, I did write it down. I
Yeah.
but I could D. I think I said I could or I could dig Kanga Kanani, but that was how
Oh,
far.
that's you. That's you asking Igude kangakanani in Mall of Africa. How far is Mall of Africa as
And then
compared
so
to Igupi? As compared to
Igupi
Igupi, which is where is Mall of
Mall
Africa?
of Africa. Where is Mall of Africa? And that is how far is Mall of Africa?
Yeah. So Igude kangakanani, um, it's how far, and then Igupi is where.
Is where.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't write down what you said. You have to say that again. The
Oh,
that
well, that is
IE
not that
code.
far.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Ayiko kude kakhulu.
Kude kakok
Kakhulu.
dakulu.
Same as kakhulu. Kakhulu. Same as the one that okay, Ka. Let me just spell it for you. It's Kakhulu. ulu. Remember, I said kakulu, the u, the last u, you have to say it.
Right.
Kakulu. Yeah. So
Ayiko,
ayiko kude kakulu.
you said that it's not that far.
Yep. I might even drop there and say it's about 20 minutes away in English so that you understand. But I would say
So
maybe ayiko kude kakulu, about 20 minutes away. We
ayiko
say that
kude.
sometimes,
Mm, about 20, and then
We mi-
you'll put
yeah, we
English
mix.
afterward.
Yeah, we
Oh,
mix somewhere, yeah, here and there just to get the point across.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, so then I'll say Gibonga. Um, also, do you
Meaning,
know
meaning,
Gim?
thank you.
Yes, meaning thank you. And
Right.
also, do you know any places to get food?
Oh, okay. Um, what kind of restaurants?
South African restaurant.
Um, Traditional food or just your regular food?
For me, I'm gonna want healthy food. So how would I say something like
Okay.
vegetarian or vegan?
Mm, okay. Let's phrase it this way. Um, I don't want to do the chola galapi because it's a bit, but let's try it. Ngingakutholaphi ukudla okunempilo? Where can I find healthy food? Right. Where can I find healthy food? Right.
Bilo is healthy food.
Impilo.
And bilo.
Impilo means a lot of things. Sometimes if I can say impilo yami, meaning my life. But now when I say ngingakutholaphi ukudla okunempilo, that impilo is used differently now because it's no longer um, life, but it's like healthy. It can be interchangeable. It's very tricky, but we'll get through it. So, ngingakutholaphi ukudla, meaning food.
Okay.
Okay, instead of saying kutholakalapi, now you're the one asking yours, like you're the one asking ngi, which is me, where can I find healthy food? Ngingakutholaphi. Remember what Tulani told you. He taught you that itholakalapi, like tolagalapi. When you say it's an object or a place or whatever. And when you say ngi, it's you asking the question. It's you wanting to know. You understand?
Yeah.
So itholakalapi, Mall of Africa, you are referring to a place that you want to find or you're looking for, right? But ngi, that is you now wanting something. So ngingakuthola kuphi or ngingakuthola kuphi ukudla okunempilo. It's a mouthful.
Can you say it one more time what Itola and then Iginga are, how they're different?
Okay, okay. Itholakala kuphi Mall of Africa? That context isn't a context of an object or a place. Itholakalapi, right? That's an area, that's a place. Itholakalapi. Mall of Africa, remember? Mall of Africa. Itholakalapi, Mall of Africa.
Right.
Always that
Right.
is a place. That is a
Yes.
place or an object or whatever. Yeah, it can be either a place or an object. Motor, a car. Indlu, a house.
Uber. Yeah.
Uber,
E-television.
a car. Right.
Yeah.
TV. Basically, TV is not television, but umabonakude. TV is umabonakude. But let's not go there. Let me not flood you with a lot of information. But itholakala kuphi? i-Mall of Africa itholakala kuphi? I-Uber, right? Now, you want to find a place where you can get healthy food. Ngingakuthola kuphi ukudla okunempilo? Ngingakuthola kuphi? Meaning Ngingakuthola Kuthola. Ngingakuthola kuphi. You know how to write kuphi. Kuphi. And then ukudla, you know the DLA, that is always a problem for you. UKUDLA.
So it's DLA first?
No, ukudla. So it's UKUDLA.
D
Right.
Ukdufla.
Ukudla.
U
UKUDLA.
Ukdla. Wait, say it again.
Ukudla. Food.
U
Ukudla, which is
Ukdla.
food. Ukuphi ukudla. Uku.
Ukuphi ukudla.
Yeah, I'm trying to make
Ukuphi
it easy for you to understand, to pronounce ugu, UKU. Ukudla, which is food.
ukudla.
Andile, Andile, Bruno Sosibo. Do me a favor, ne? What I'm saying right now, can you please type it so that it's easier for her to catch on? Please do me that favor. What I'm saying, please type it so that it's easy for her, so that she doesn't.
So I
Okay,
can
so
remember it.
yeah. Um, ngingakutholaphi ukudla okunempilo?
Now that sounds different. Ukdla sounds what you just said at the end. Everything ginga.
Oh, I haven't spelled the last phrase, the last part. So I'm still here. Ngingakutholaphi ukudla. Then I was gonna say okunempilo after you're done writing ukudla.
You lost me. You have to start from the beginning.
Right. Ngingakutholaphi ukudla okunempilo?
Okay, so what phrase is that? Because that's not inginga kutola kupi ukdla.
Okay, sorry. I've shortened it, which I wasn't supposed to do that.
Uh,
Um, right. So
you
I
know
said
it.
ngingakuthola kuphi in the beginning, right?
Okay.
Right. That's what I said in the beginning.
That's what you
Ngingakuthola
said.
kuphi.
And NDL just wrote it. Is that the one that I'm supposed to be writing down first?
Ngingakutholaphi ukudla okunempilo. Yes. Both both of the things that I said to you are right. However, when we speak like we shorten some of the words. Like how you guys would speak English in a sense that how can I put this? Uh, what are the normal words that you guys would shorten, like you're supposed to say the entire word or the entire sentence, but you know what I mean? But you guys say nah I mean, um
Yes, I get that.
something like that. So ngingakutholaphi ukudla okunempilo as compared to ngingakuthola kuphi. So instead of saying kuphi, you cut the ku, you just say ngingakutholaphi, which is what he wrote.
Ukdla. But then it was Oku Impilo. Okun Impilo.
Yeah, ogunempilo. That's the last part we
Okun
didn't talk about,
Impilo.
which is healthy food. Ukudla okunempilo, healthy food.
Okay.
Right.
So Ginga Kutolapi Kutolapi Uutla Okun Ipilo.
Hmm. I know it's difficult. I'm not judging. I don't know why you're laughing, but I'm not judging. Um, you'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get
Uh,
it. You just need to like whatever you wrote, put it here and then sleep. Wake when you wake up in the morning, when you wake up tomorrow morning, it's gonna be in your head.
it's
Don't
gonna be in your
worry.
head.
That's what they used to tell us when we were still kids. They
Put it under
said
the pillow.
just put it under the pillow and then it's gonna download into your brain. And then yeah, it
Yeah.
never worked. It
No,
never worked.
no, you did not.
uh
It just sometimes
okay.
feels like a mouthful. I feel like when I do get it, I feel like I'm gonna be speaking really slow and it's gonna sound weird because I'm be trying to get
Yeah,
all the
yeah, I get
pronunciations.
that. I get that. Yeah, I get that. Um, but just try, try. I promise you, this language, as soon as you understand the longer words or you know what the longer words mean, it's gonna be easier for you to shorten them out and make them yours, embody those words. So the reason why I prefer like giving you the longer versions is because if I can give you the shorter versions, it's going to be easier for you. It's going to be difficult for you to understand when someone is saying it in a longer phrase.
Praise,
So I
yeah.
prefer saying them in a longer phrase than shortening them because if I say, um, you remember how, what's his name, Tulani taught you? Um, he said, there's a word that he used. He said, unjani, unjani,
Unjani,
unjani, as compared to kunjani.
Johnny.
Right. I normally say kunjani,
Yeah.
but he would say unjani. Remember when I said to you kunjani, you were confused. Wait. Um, but the first time you said to me unjani, but now you're saying kunjani, what? Because kunjani is the right term. It's the right word, kunjani. It's the
Kujani.
right Zulu word. But unjani is shortened. And it's going to be difficult for you when you find someone from the KZN who might be speaking to you in a very direct manner. It's unfortunate for you. You're going to Durban the next time you come here. And in Durban, they speak proper Zulu. They don't do
Because it's not
like they
city
speak proper
life.
Zulu.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else do you want to know?
Um,
We Am I not bombarding you? Because I feel like you
I was
still
gonna
need
say
to
let's
learn.
start from the beginning again.
Okay.
But start from after the greetings, like so I can start
Okay.
getting used to
Okay.
yeah.
Um, Sawubona Kareesha, kunjani? Ngiyaphila wena unjani? Nami ngiyaphila. Ngingakusiza ngani or ngingakusiza? How can I help you?
Igupi Mall of Africa.
Ayikho kude kakhulu. It's
Um,
not that far.
not that far. Gibonga. Um, Ito Itola Itola Gilapi Uber.
Itholakala kuphi Uber? I am the Uber driver. So,
Can you be the staff
uh,
then? Cause can I be asking the staff first?
okay.
I got off the plane.
We're
I got
changing scenarios all the time here, but it's fine. Um, okay.
You still be the Uber driver. You still end up being the Uber driver, but first be the
But now
staff.
I need okay, wait. Let me understand this because I feel like I don't know. I honestly don't know. Um, this is possibly and probably because I've never been to another country. Hear me out. Isn't it when you walk out of the airport, there's an Uber outside, just outside the airport doors or anything?
It's not automatically like that. There's like designated places to go to get the Uber. Sometimes it's not as direct. A lot of the airports, there's signs to show you where the ride share is, but it can sometimes be difficult um, because it's not always Uber in every country. It's
Okay.
not Uber and Lyft. I mean, the States, when you come to the States, yeah. but like
Okay.
it's different.
Now, let me ask this then, because I was just watching your video before I went live, or before I set a premiere for my video. I was just watching your video, but I didn't finish. So you were interviewing these people. Actually, your video started out as you showing the side of this place where you were in. Don't know
Okay.
where you were. What I want to find out is, where did you land? Was it in Joburg, or was it in Durban, or was it in anywhere else
When I
from the
was
US or from there when you came this side?
where did I land?
Yeah, where? Which airport did you land in?
Oh,
The one in Joburg, or with the one in Durban, or the one in which one?
Joburg.
So the OR Tambo airport. Now, from that airport, what happened after that? Like, you landed, and then there was someone who was waiting for you.
Mhm. I never had to deal with trying to get transportation myself because everything was booked in that trip. So I didn't have to
Okay,
worry about figuring it out on my own.
okay. Because the reason why I'm asking these questions is because, from what I know, when you get off the airport, you have your Uber app, and you can request to wherever you want to go,
True,
right?
true.
So asking a stranger where can you find an Uber can be very dangerous for you. So let's not entertain that whole idea,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
and just try and focus our conversation mainly on, you are inside the Uber. Now you're trying to get to a certain place. Let's say you request a ride to go to your hotel room, right? Or
Okay.
wherever you're going to be sleeping, or wherever you're going to be staying. Now let's focus our energy on that,
Okay. Okay.
rather than you trying to find out where the Uber is, because that conversation, I doubt that conversation is going to be something that's going to happen. Um, Especially in South Africa, I fear for your life, and I fear for your. You know how it is this side. So,
No, but you're so right because now can I interject?
right,
When you
yeah,
say that, like one of the drivers there, he was telling me a story about how he got robbed in broad daylight at the airport, literally
right,
dropping passengers off. Not even 5 minutes later, like two cars swarmed him, made him get in the back seat, took him like far, and like took him out in the wilderness, took his car, took his
exactly,
phone. I was like, "They did that in broad daylight?" He was like, "Yes, broad daylight." I'm like, "What in the world? That's such a traumatic experience. Like, what the heck?" Like, I would be
yeah,
s s well, I don't wanna say all this, but I would be doing so much. Like, in the States, we be doing so much because we're on company time. It's like, no freaking way. Like, I just got robbed. And he had just gotten a new phone and everything because somebody gifted it to him. I'm just like, "That is horrible. That's absolutely" and he couldn't do anything about it. It was just like he just had to let it go.
yeah. Can you do me a favor? Can you please give Andile a moderator, standard moderator, right? And then
Okay.
Andile is gonna be our security. Whenever someone comes in here and says something, you know how it is. Just put them on timeout, Andile, please. Just whenever someone comes in and says something offensive or whatever, just put them on timeout. Um, but yeah, so
Thank
yeah, in
you.
South Africa, it's very bad. It's
Yeah.
very bad.
I was like,
So
"What?"
it's very bad, Kareesha. Like, it's really bad.
They
So
were
let's
watching
not,
him.
like, literally. There's nothing you can do. Like, someone can get unalived right next to you, and people will walk by as if nothing happened. Like, but now let's not go there. Let's learn isiZulu and try and learn it the right way, so that when you come here, it's almost like, this is your home country, right?
Right, right,
Okay.
right. So I'm not
So,
intimidated because if they see that I know what I'm doing, they're not gonna
yeah,
really
you can even speak Zulu with them, like, Keep in mind.
What? 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 Say that again. That was
No, 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 no. I'm not saying that again
that's
because because that
uh,
is something you say when you want money. So you say, "Hey, give me the money." But no,
Sila
um,
Wayna. Sila Wayna. Did I say that right?
yeah, see, I know. Ngiyatolisa. You know
Gia,
what that means? My hands should
I
tell you what I mean. Ngiyatolisa. I'm
please
sorry.
forgive me.
Yeah, please forgive me. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Gia Kalisa.
Ngiyatolisa. Yeah, ngiyatolisa.
Gia Kalisa.
Charles is laughing. But anyways, so now we are trying to get you to a market or a okay, let's get you to a hotel first. So the app already has your location where you're going. So now
Right.
you are having a conversation with your Uber driver on your way to your hotel.
Right.
Let's just say for interest's sake or for just what normal questions would you ask to an Uber driver in a new country? Like what did you talk about besides the guy that's told you about the robbery and stuff? Like what would you know? Let's say, okay, let me think about it when I'm the one in the States and I'm the one who wants to learn something new. I'll probably be asking, um, which is the safest area around? For someone who's not from around here, I would probably be asking that question.
But
So,
is it smart to ask a South African that?
your Uber driver, it's safe to ask your Uber driver because if anything happens, he's going to be responsible for that and is going to be arrested. Um, yeah, not sure about the other apps, but I'm definitely sure when it comes to Uber, he's very
Yes.
much liable for you. He's very much liable for you. So if anything happens to you, he's gonna face charges. So yeah,
Okay.
your Uber driver definitely 100% he is. And also he's gonna try and he's gonna wanna try to become
Driver.
your chauffeur, your chauffeur for the rest of your stay in South Africa.
Time
So he's
there.
gonna try and make sure that he makes money from you. So
Gotcha.
um right.
Yeah.
So now, okay, let me ask you, what would you ask? What would you ask?
You're gonna be like, I should have known this. New York, I'm not gonna say anything. In Ohio, I'm forced to have a conversation because they're friendly. So
Okay.
when I get in the Uber and when I go back home, typically I always have to have a conversation the whole time. It's probably a 30-minute drive. So they'll ask me like, where are you flying in from? I'll say I'm flying in from this area. And they're like, "Oh, so what are you here for?" "I'm seeing family." "Oh, okay.
Mm,
What part of town did you grow up in?" "I grew up in this part of town." And it's like then they'll say like, "How is the sports?" So I'll try to keep the conversation going. It's like, "How's the Bengals doing?" Or "How's the Reds doing?" And then they'll talk about so that's kinda how it would go.
mm, okay.
But if I go
Okay.
to a city that's different and like, I'm curious about that city. I'll ask maybe like, where's their national park at? Or if I already know I want to go there, I can say, what's the best time to go to this national park when
Mm,
it's not too busy, you know, when it's
okay.
like doable for a tourist, but not everybody's there.
Mm. That's going to be a mouthful for me and you to say in isiZulu,
So
especially
we
for
can
me
break it
because
down. Break it
I'm
down.
trying. Yeah, I will. I'm just trying to find the right words. Uh, where should we start? Should we start at where's the fun park? Maybe.
Yeah,
Uh,
where's the fun park? Or do you guys have like uh you guys have safaris, but do you have national parks?
Yeah, we have Kruger National Park. We have,
But that's still a
um,
safari though, right?
yeah, it is like game drives and stuff.
It's
But
game drives. I mean, just like
yeah,
regular parks where you can go like bike and you can walk and you could just see nature, but the wild animals aren't there.
yeah, we do a lot
You
of
do?
them. We have a lot of those. We have a lot of those.
It's the same. Okay, so that's what I mean. I don't mean Kruger Park where you go into the safari drive. Like, I just want to go to the park because I just want to chill out. I want to be by the water. I want to be in nature.
Okay, Kareesha,
But
we have
I
those. This
man,
is
stop
not
making fun
stone.
of me, Zulu.
This is not Stone Age. We have everything. Fun parks, theme parks.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make
No, you know me. I'm always joking, so it's fine.
right.
Um, Fun park. I don't know what is a fun park in isiZulu. I don't. I honestly don't. Um,
Okay, where you can
but
do like a amusement place where it's games and stuff, like for kids, like go karting and all that stuff in one area.
yeah, we usually name them by their names, like by the name of the place. Like I said, Kruger National Park. We wouldn't say it's a like fun park or anything. We just name it
You
like
name it.
where can I go to, or how far is, or where is this area, or where is. So it's almost like what I've been teaching you. Itolagala gupi, where can I find? It's the same thing. So let's just stay away from that and try and have a more, conversation about something that we can actually, you know, talk about. So
Mhm.
I'm flying in from South Africa.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Ngisuga e South Africa.
Okay, so you're flying in from South Africa.
Yeah.
Kisuka e Africa. But I still need to
South Africa.
know how to say the states. Is it just United States? Kisuka e United States.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Emeliga. Emeliga. We call
Emalika.
America. Yeah,
Emalika.
Emeliga. Yeah, Emeliga. Oh, you've heard that before.
Yes.
Yeah. Ngisuga Emeliga.
Emalika.
Yeah.
Gisuka
So it's
Emalika. Gisuka
yeah, so
e
it's
Africa.
yeah,
South
so
Africa.
it's E, like an E, not an I, right? E, right? So Ngisuga E, which is an E, and then put like a stroke, Meliga.
Gisuka A. Oh,
You understand what I'm trying to say?
yes.
Yeah,
Gisuka Emalika.
yeah. Ngisuga E Meliga, um, meaning I'm flying in from the United States. It doesn't include the I'm flying in part, but when you say Ngisuga E Meliga, we know you flew from United States to here. You can't drive from the United States to come here, so we automatically know what you mean. So Ngisuga E Meliga, I'm flying in from the United States.
I'm flying in from
Um,
the United
and then
States.
what brings you to South Africa? Ubegwa yini South Africa? Ubegwa, ubegwa, ubegwa. Tebuho Madu says he is teaching you good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Tebuho.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much. Thank you.
Ubegwa.
Yini, Yini.
Yini.
Yeah. Ubegwa yini South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah. So Ubegwa Yini is South Africa. Obviously, I'm not gonna say when I'm talking to you, I'm not gonna say Ubegwa Yini South Africa. No. I'm gonna be saying it so fast that you have to catch on, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, Ubegwa yini South Africa. I'm hoping that that will be enough for you to understand without you saying, can you say that again?
Yeah.
Or angizwanga? Angizwanga meaning I didn't hear you, or I can't hear that, or ang,
Agiswana.
or angizwa? I
Agiswa?
can't angizwa, yeah. Yeah. But don't write that, Kareesha. It's gonna mess up your entire thing. Unless you have a way of putting your own words in for you to understand. But
I'm gonna write it.
okay, as long as it's not gonna confuse your notes, because um, we are trying to establish a trend of conversation. Like, right?
And I can't keep looking at it verbatim, but to know that's something that I could say, I'm just putting it in the middle. I
Okay,
know it didn't really make sense, but keep going. Um,
okay. Now we are going back again. Let's just reverse and
yes,
just start afresh.
right.
Um, um, so now, what brings you to South Africa means Ubegwa yini e South Africa, right?
Yes, Ubega, Ubeg, Ubegwayini is what brings you to South Africa.
Yes, yes,
Y-
yes.
But you didn't say the answer yet. You just told
No,
me,
no, I didn't give you the answer yet. You have to tell me, then I'll translate. Right? I
oh,
was still, yeah, yeah. I was still telling you what the person is gonna say, and then you will then tell me, and then I'm
tell
gonna
me.
translate. Yeah,
Gotcha. So what
yeah.
brings me to SA? What brings me to SA is to move to South Africa.
Okay. Let me just read the comment. Learning any language is very difficult, especially if you grew up speaking one. Mhm, that is so true.
Eh,
Um, so you are moving to South Africa permanently. Are you though?
I mean, I want I don't know because I feel like I want to move to a lot of places in Africa, but South Africa is the first. So, but yeah, that's the goal
I feel
for the
like
new
your
year.
affiliation is more towards Zimbabwe. I think you like Zimbabwe more than South Africa. Let's be honest.
Because I brought up Zimbabwe so many times. I just want to know y'all's beef, and you want to keep on trying to act like you
No,
guys did
no,
you guys didn't
no.
have any
Wait,
beef.
wait, wait,
So
wait.
that's
I
I just want to
specifically
know.
asked you,
I
Karisha.
just want to
Wait,
know.
I specifically asked you, Karisha, that if you were to set up shop in one area in South Africa, where would you go? You were
Okay,
like, I wouldn't go in any of those places. I would go to Zimbabwe.
that is
So
not
now
true.
this is me saying to you,
That is not true.
and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
I
I mean,
said
I
Botswana
love
and
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. I said Botswana and Zimbabwe,
You know
and
what? I'm gonna
I
get a
still
Tswana
would.
person. I'm gonna get a Zimbabwe Shona person to come in here and teach you Shona, and a Tswana from Botswana to come and teach you Isitswana, Setswana.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna exclude myself from your life and just,
Lies.
you know, I'm kidding.
It's not
So,
true.
so yeah, okay.
Right.
You're looking to move permanently to South Africa.
Move to the
Um,
continent for sure. Now the options are endless, but but yes, do it as
but
South
now why?
do
Why?
it as South
Why?
Africa.
Why would you want to move though?
Why would I want to
Why?
move? Because I mean, there's so many reasons. First and foremost,
The most important one for you.
it's peaceful.
It takes one person who's been there to understand. I guess I hear you. Because I wouldn't say it's peaceful in another country if I've never been there. I've always been in South Africa, so I've never been to another country to actually say what you just said. So, okay, that's the first one. The second one,
Um, I want to go back to my homeland.
have you ever traced where you your roots are like, because I hear they say there's an app where you can actually trace where you originally from.
Yeah, they have like 2 apps for us. They have Ancestry and then they have 23andMe, but Ancestry is the one that's more, um
Thank you,
it's more
Anu
about the
Anu.
country.
Thank you, Anu says, greetings from Australia. God bless you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for reading the comments because 'cause I'm bad with it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it says that I mostly come from, it may have been updated, but I don't mind showing it. I did the Ancestry one and I did the African Ancestry one. I've only been able to do it on my mom's side. So on my mom's side, it says that I come from the Dakar people that are in Cameroon.
Okay.
That's the mother's side. But the father's side, I'm not sure. And but it mainly says West Africa, the countries. It's usually, I think the highest was Togo and Benin, if I'm saying that right, or
Yeah.
Benin.
Yeah.
And then Cameroon is high, Nigeria is high, and it does say Saharan Africa, but it's more
Mhm.
higher on the western side.
Okay. That's interesting because I don't know. I look at your skin, but it's probably because you grew up in the United States, so it doesn't count. But the skin would actually tell you where someone is from. Um, the skin tone and the texture of the skin and all, what it looks like and stuff. It would actually show or tell. Like it's a tell, but not a definitive tell of where you're
Yeah,
from.
it's not because my mom is very light, and then my younger
Mm,
sisters are very light. But then my older
mm.
sister is she's a shade darker than me. Well, she's not completely. She's like almond. I'm more like caramel. And then my
Okay.
yeah, so it's a lot of
All
different
right.
colors there. A lot of different colors.
Because when you say West Africa and Benin, I just know those people are usually, especially Cameroon and Togo. Togo is a bit light, but Cameroon very dark. Not
Mm,
too dark, but very dark. So
very dark.
hey,
That's
hey,
interesting because it
yeah.
says, yeah, and it won't work. I don't know why it won't work.
But now, how does it work though? Like, how does it actually tell that you are from this? How? What questions are you asked for it to like to actually pinpoint where you're from?
They want you to swab yourself and send it in. And some people don't like that because they're like, "Oh, now they have my DNA or they have my information." But I feel like they already have so much stuff, so I just want to see what I am. But you have
They
to swab
use
yourself.
the device that they. Okay, obviously there is, but I wonder how does it actually pinpoint where you're from? I just wonder how it works.
It does your blood work. I'm guessing
But now,
your
how do we say
saliva.
this blood word? Okay, wait. Um, is it a thing that your blood can actually tell that, or it can actually show that you're actually from this place?
Your
Um,
blood? Yeah, because your blood is like that's what tells you who you are. That's what tells you what people you are. Like it's your
right.
yeah, it's your DNA. That's like
But now,
your
but now, how does it actually say that you are from South Africa? Because of the
um
food that is normally in South Africa can actually play a role in your blood work. Um,
no, it's not the
I don't get
food.
it.
It's your is it mRNA? It's it's what gets passed down. It's your DNA. Like you can't go away from it. There's so many, is it haplogroups? that
Okay.
are like the distant these are the I can't talk. Like, okay,
Descendants.
no, distant dis distinct distinction of who is who. It's
So Mountain Bike Edit says, "What's this fascination with skin color?" Well, it depends on the person. To be honest with you, I'm not fascinated by the skin. Me personally, I'm not fascinated by my skin color or my skin tone or anything. I'm just glad that I have melanin. That's all. Whether
period.
my my whether my skin tone is dark or light skinned or whatever, the fact that I have melanin, I have a superpower right there. So
Period.
I actually don't care. That's my superpower. I actually don't care. Whatever else happens, happens. I don't care. I'm
Right?
just glad that I have melanin,
Yeah,
and
so
that's it.
it's haplogroups. If you I mean, I was being lazy. I just did it on Wikipedia, but there's so many haplogroups to distinguish who you are and like where you come from. Like with Europe, there's all of these like w- um J2A1, J2A2, J2A2 2A.
Okay, I think I get it now, and I think I can remember from school.
And most of us
Back in school, yeah. I
are
think I think I
we're
understand.
yeah, like the true people are supposed to be like E1B1A, I think it is.
Yeah,
E1B1A.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I
that's
think I
what I was
remember.
saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think I remember now,
Mhm.
because further north you go, like it's very different to as you go south, as you go east and west, and all those things. So I
Right.
remember now. I do
Yeah.
remember now.
And how we were saying yesterday, like what defines a people, it's it's their language. It's not their skin tone. Their skin
Right?
tone is not going to define them.
Yeah,
It's their language and maybe culture,
yeah,
maybe tradition.
yeah.
Um,
And you guys
yeah,
not being and you guys not being people, and only Zulu people becoming being people, and the rest of them are whatever it is and stuff.
that's just
And yeah,
Zulu. That's just
yeah.
Zulu. Zulu for you.
I hate that. I hate that.
Crazy. I mean, it was a strong kingdom. What can you say? What can you say?
Yeah, it was. It actually
Yeah.
was. But do you know that there's something they're not telling they're not telling you guys? Is that the do you know Eswatini? Eswatini is Swati people from Swaziland. It used to be Swaziland, but now it's Eswatini. It's a country in South Africa. It's one of the two countries that are in South Africa. The one
Hmm.
is Lesotho and the other one is Swaziland or Eswatini. The haplogroup.
Swaziland.
What's your haplogroup? Melanin heals. It's a gift. Okay, so Swaziland. It used to be Swaziland. They just changed it a couple of years ago to Eswati. Now they don't want to say this. Zulu people don't want to say this, but Shaga, which was our warrior, Shaga Zulu,
King Shaka.
um,
Yeah.
King Shaga Zulu,
King Shaka Zulu.
he actually he hated Swati people, not because he hated them like I hate you. No, he couldn't fight those people because they are tactically smart. Like he was very smart. Shaka Zulu was smart, but those guys were they were very smart. They wouldn't fight him like, straight up, like face to face combat, because they knew they were going to lose. What they would
Mhm.
do, they would run and find the highest trees and hide on top of the trees. And then Shaga would be looking for them, and then they would jump on top of him and then fight. So they were tactically smarter than him. So he was like, you know what? I'm done with these people. I'm not going to fight these people. These people are just a menace for me. You know what? You can have the land. It's fine. That's why they have their own land, which is Swaziland and all those things, because he was like, you know what? You guys are just a piece of work, and I don't have the energy for you. You can have your own land. It's fine. So,
Oh,
so yeah. But
that's interesting. 'Cause
It
I wonder
is.
why there's, like, 2 countries inside of South Africa, like, that didn't make any sense. Like
Yeah, yeah, it is. I'm very well versed with my Zulu, especially because I was born into this surname, Zulu. My surname
Zulu.
is Zulu, by the way. So the kind of information we are prone to is different from the other people who are Zulu people, but not from this particular surname Zulu, because there's a lot of surnames in the Zulu culture or the Zulu language which are not Zulu. There's a lot of them, a lot of them. So the Zulu surname is the superior surname. So what we are being taught is is so much different than the other Zulu people out there.
Mm.
So yeah, we still have a king in KZN. There is still a king in KZN still. And yeah, information is still being passed down and all those things. So
And the palace is still there, right? Because I was supposed to see it, I just didn't have enough time. I wanna see
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Palace. Yeah. That's pretty
it's
cool.
nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. So we are being taught a lot of things. Like, okay, some of the things I'm not gonna bore you with. But as soon as you understand isiZulu, I'm gonna talk to you in isiZulu so that you can understand. But
Okay.
there's a surname called Dlamini, Dlamini, which is um, a surname that came from my surname Zulu. Um, so anyone who is from the surname Dlamini, originally that person was Zulu before that person became Dlamini.
Mm.
That name Dlamini means Dlamini means you ate or you had a feast in the evening or midday or whatever the case is. Like you had a feast in the afternoon or whatever the case. But what feast was that? So this person, what he did was, you and I were brother and sister. You have your own kids, I have my own kids, right?
Mhm.
So what then happened was, one of your kids and one of my kids, or one of my child or one of your child, my kid, which since I'm a guy, I'm gonna continue the name, but you will take another name, right?
Right.
You'll get married to another name. So my child did something wrong. My child saw a wife or saw a girlfriend in your child, which is an incest, right? He did,
They
like,
saw it or
like he saw a potential girlfriend or whatever the case is, like, right?
oh, he sought. Okay, he sought. Okay,
He
gotcha.
sought English,
I thought you were
don't
saying
judge.
saw. I'm just like, he saw.
He sought, yeah, he sought. So so English, don't judge. Anyways, so what then happened was they did what they did, and then it was found. And then my child was cast out. They told him to go over the bridge and stay, not over the bridge, but over the river. And from now on, your name is Lamini because you did what you did in the evening, or not even in the evening, in the noon. You sought a wife in my kids or in your kids, which is your sister, by the way, or your cousin, or whatever the case is. You were not supposed to do that. So you've committed a crime, and your punishment is you are not to step foot or to set foot beyond this area or beyond this. And you are no longer Zulu. You are now Dlamini. You are no
Dlamini.
longer Zulu. You are now Dlamini, Dlamini, Dlamini.
So what happens to the girl? Does she have to go with him?
She has to go with him.
Oh, so she has to be cast out too?
Right? Yes.
But what if it was
It's the
forced
law.
upon her?
It's the law.
So even if it was forced upon her.
No, that's a different case.
Oh, okay. I'm about to
That's a different case. This was incest, but it was like Cersei and Jamie Lannister, if you've watched Game of Thrones. So,
yeah, I don't that's the young people.
wow. I watched Game of Thrones when I was, how
That's
old was
the
I? 13, 14 years old. I watched Game of Thrones when I was 14 years old. So don't come here and tell me that this is
See, young
it's a
people
little
cry.
people thing.
See,
It's
I was an
not.
adult by then. Okay, keep going.
Right. So they said, you are going to go over the river. You are going to stay there. You are not supposed to set foot this side. And you are no longer Zulu. You are now Dlamini. So Dlamini became a surname that came from that generation. So some would say it's a generation of incest. It came from incest, but I mean, what can we say? It
So
started
do
that
you
way, but it's not to say that's how it is. No, it started that way, but now
start? So
it
everybody
started
with
that
that last name, Jamini, that's what you have in your mind.
because that surname set it tells you it's a definition of what exactly happened. I mean, you ate in the noon or in the you ate, you feasted, you had a feast.
You feasted in
Um,
the noon.
yeah,
So that meant incest.
right.
Wow. That's interesting.
My Zulu people don't know this, and this is the information that was only um, passed down to us who are from the surname, the Zulu surname, because um, we need to know everything. We need to know who not to take as wives and all those things because those are our sisters. Those are our, you know. So
Yeah.
me as Zulu, I'm not supposed to marry a Dlamini. Me as Zulu, I'm not supposed to marry a Mbata because Mbata is also my sister. Mbata is also my sister.
So how is Mbata your sister?
That one is a bit deep. I'm not gonna say it on YouTube.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to.
That one is a bit deep, but yeah.
Wow. So when
So
somebody says their last name like Shlamini or Ibata, you already know you can't marry them. Even if they look gorgeous, they
they
look your
do
type,
though.
they
They
look,
do though.
oh, they
They
still
do
do.
though.
Oh,
They
okay.
do. Like people don't care. Kareesha, right now you can meet what's your maiden name?
It's Springer.
And then your other surname, your father's surname or whatever. Whatever.
No, that's my maiden name because I haven't been married.
Right. Okay. Wait.
So if you want to know my mom's maiden name,
I wanna know your mom's maiden name, yeah.
yeah, it's Thomas.
Right. Let's say you meet a handsome guy, Thomas, right? And you like the guy. Would you then stop yourself from marrying the guy because he's Thomas? No, you wouldn't, because you like the guy,
Well, you
right?
don't know that because I've been doing my ancestry and Thomas are heavy. If I was still living in Ohio, I would have to kind of think about that because that name is still very
But
prevalent.
now, but now, let's just say that you like this guy and you head over heels for this guy, like you're
I
taken
still
by
kind
this
of
guy,
want to
Kareesha,
know. I still kind of want.
right?
I would be like,
But now,
so where did you grow up?
wait, this is a conversation that we're having because it's almost like it's a hypothetical conversation we're having. It's not something that is literal and it's happening.
Literal.
Remember, Karesha, there is emotions involved. We need to understand emotions are super, super, super strong.
Okay,
Like they're super.
emotions are supposed to come later, not supposed to be right away.
Karesha, you are not realistic when you're speaking. I don't know why. Like you're living in this world where it's a perfect world and it's this ideal world where no flaws are happening and but it's not that
That
like
is
that.
so
Like if I can
true.
see if I can meet a lady right now, thank goodness I'm a loyal guy and I stick to one person. But if I can meet, let's say I was single and I met this lady, she was Lamini. And
Okay,
I'm kinda
that's
taken
like
by this lady. I'm
okay,
kind of
keep
taken
going.
by this lady. Like I like this lady, and I don't
Mhm.
even know that she's Lamini. And then I find out that she is Lamini. But now we are too far gone in this thing. When I say too far gone, I mean like our emotions, because I can't date her without knowing her surname. It's not going to work. It just doesn't work, you know?
Mm-mm.
It's the same thing as there's this question. Okay, I'm not going to go into that. Let me not go there. But now
You about to.
it's, let me stop myself because I was about to take a sharp curve, and no,
You
I'm
about
not
to
doing
tell us
that.
about you about to.
No. Okay, let me just say it. Um, there's guys who like to go and um, do extracurricular activities,
Okay, yeah.
right? My question always is, um, whenever you go and buy, right?
Yeah.
Or whenever you're about to go and buy whatever, do you ask the person's surname?
What would that have to do in the moment? Like,
Chances are that person is your sister and you don't even know it. Like your blood sister,
so
like
then
your mother's
isn't
child, but you don't know it because our parents have secrets. So I can't date someone without knowing who she is.
that's why I
I
said,
can't.
so your emotions come later. You're already logically thinking about it when going into it. You're already asking the last
No, it's
name
not
in
the
the
first
beginning.
thought. It's not the first thought. It's not the first thought. My thought right now, I'm looking at a woman. I like this lady. Um, I'm trying to get to know her. That's it,
But you're not gonna
right?
ask her her
And the
name? Like,
process,
that doesn't
the name
but
I'm gonna ask, the name
the
I'm gonna
last
ask,
name you're
but
not gonna ask.
no, 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 no.
But
I'm not
that's
gonna
your
ask the last
culture
name. But
though, like,
if she asks, if she says, if when I'm asking the name, I'm like, I'm sorry to bother you, but what is your name? Kareesha Springer. That's you telling me your entire name, right? In South Africa, Lerato,
I mean, that's the same with us too. We're not gonna say our full name. But I'm just
right?
saying though, if you already know that you automatically don't date how do we say
That's what I'm trying to
Imilini
say to you
and
as well.
Bata, don't you wanna
That's
find
what I'm
that in
trying to say to
beginning
you,
though?
Karisha. That's what I'm trying to say to you. When we date or when we start courting each other or whatever, I'm not thinking about that. I'm looking at a beautiful lady. I'm not thinking about the surnames and everything. I'm not there. My mind is not there yet. For now, I'm just looking at this beautiful lady and I want to speak to her.
Oh, because 'cause you're
That's
not
it.
thinking about it being serious. Okay, I see what you mean.
Exactly.
I see what you mean.
Exactly. And then now you're too far gone to go back, right? Let's say now she says, I am from Dlamini and I'm already head over heels. I like her. And you know what? And then we then say, okay, which part of Dlamini are you from? Because we're trying to compensate, right? We're trying to find a loophole to this thing that we're trying to do, right? Which part of Dlamini? Because Dlamini has a lot of clan names that are very different.
Okay.
Um, some Dlaminis are from Zimbabwe, some Dlaminis are from South Africa, some Dlaminis are from other countries. So they could have a different clan name depending on where they're currently from or where they are originally from. So we try and compensate. Like we try and compensate to see, are you my Dlamini, which is from the descendant of the Zulu surname, or are you the Dlamini from another? And then if you are from the other clan, then it's fine. We can do this thing. But I'm gonna say a secret right now. It's not a secret, but it's something that is happening. My uncle, you call it uncle, but I call it Ubaba Mngani because he can't be my uncle if he is my father's brother, younger brother. So he's actually my father, basically. Baba
It's
Omngani,
so
younger brother.
weird. It's so weird.
He
Is your
can't be.
father?
He can't be. He can't be my uncle.
He
It
has to
doesn't
be
work
your
like that.
uncle.
He's not though. He's
He's
not
your
though. He's my
father's
father.
brother.
He's my
He's your
father.
father's brother
He's my father.
because he's younger or because
Yes.
it would make
The
more
only
sense if he was
person that
older.
wait, in isiZulu, I'm teaching you something that you need to understand when you come here. I understand in the English world, it's my uncle. I've made peace with it. But when we come to isiZulu, it doesn't make sense to call him my uncle. because him and my father are brothers, so he can't be my uncle. However, in the English world, it makes sense. In the Zulu world, it doesn't make sense. He's my father's younger brother, Ubaba Omngani. That's how we say it, Ubaba Omngani, my
Mm.
father's younger brother. He can't be my uncle. The only person that qualifies to be my uncle is my mother's older or younger brother.
I don't get it. How does that make
You
any
don't get it.
sense? Shouldn't it be on the paternal side because that's the side that keeps going? The mother side dissipates anyway. I mean, we
Hence, he's my
always are
uncle.
supposed to so it
Hence,
should
he's my
be
uncle.
also you say uncles just dissipate.
Right. But father is always there
Father, oh,
because he
I just
continues the surname.
wow, wow.
You
I
understand
just
now? So father is always keeping the surname.
yeah,
Uncle, he can disappear, you know?
you could disappear.
Um, but now this is me teaching you like proper Zulu. Um,
Okay.
so if you have an uncle, which is or was your mother's brother,
Yeah.
older or younger, that qualifies to be your uncle. But if he comes from your father's side and he's your father's younger or older brother, he is your father. Hence, anyone, any sibling that comes from this father of mine, my father's younger brother, is not my cousin, is my brother and sister.
You
Those are
know
my brothers and
okay.
my sisters.
Okay, I think that goes back to scripture because when a man dies and he has brothers, they're supposed to, and they're not married, they're supposed to take up that wife and keep the family going. So it like that makes sense. It's like connecting
Okay,
with
can you
that.
repeat that? Because I was reading someone is saying something, but can you repeat that? Sorry.
I said, I feel like that goes back to scripture because that's like if a man dies and he has brothers, and they're not married, they're supposed to take on that wife and keep the family going.
Mm,
So
mm,
that yeah, it even goes back to kind of scripture.
yep, yep.
That's deep.
So it
Wow.
is. It is. So someone says the Dlamini family comes from a Swati. So I don't like correcting people, but what you said about the Dlamini surname is totally false. Okay. Dlamini is the royal surname of Swati people, and it existed way before Shaka united the different clans. So you hear that,
It's
right?
totally false. Yeah. Davidi is the
Mhm.
royal surname
My
of
question
Swati
is,
people.
mhm, then my question would be, which Dlamini is he or she referring to?
Mm,
That's my question. Because if
reading
he or
patiently.
she would tell me the clan names of the Dlamini he is referring to, I can actually tell him that, remember what I said, um, there can be a Dlamini from Swaziland, South Africa, and all those things, right?
Hmm.
So it's totally different,
Right.
right?
Right.
Where was I?
So
I was talking about, yeah.
the uncle and the
So,
father. Which makes
yeah.
sense because
So,
scripture will you would take on the wife and you would keep the family going. So that
exactly.
it points back to scripture. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now let's say my father's younger brother has kids. So those kids would not be my cousins.
Okay. What
They
would
would
they
be my
be?
brothers and sisters
Which
because
would
he
make
is my father
sense.
and not my uncle. He is
Okay.
my father, not my uncle. So his kids are my brothers and sisters. But let's flip it now.
Yeah.
If my mother has a brother and his brother has kids, those are not my brothers and sisters, those are my cousins.
Right. Because it's on your mother's side.
Yes.
It makes
Because
sense.
believe it or not, my mother is going to change her surname to become Zulu from whoever she was. And the
Mhm.
uncle is going to continue having that surname, which is going to continue that other surname. But I'm from the Zulu surname. My uncle is from another surname where my mother is from. But now my mother has become Zulu with us. However, the uncle continues that surname, which we are no longer a part of. We are
Right.
with our blood, but we are no longer that family now. We are Zulu family. So
Right.
we are continuing the Zulu legacy. However, those are my cousins because they are going to take over the other surname, not our surname. So I hope you understand now.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. And that
Yeah,
just I just love that it ties to scripture because it just points
yeah,
out who the people are because like you
yeah,
guys kept that all the way up till now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So just know wherever you are, whenever you hear someone says my uncle, 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 referring to your father's brother, just know in the
Mhm.
back of your head, he's talking about your father's younger brother, which is your father basically. He's talking about your father,
Right.
who is younger than your father, but he's actually your father.
Yeah, he's my
Because
father.
if he's actually your father, basically, you guys share the
Right.
same blood and everything. He's your father.
Yeah. Yeah.
So his kids are your brothers and sisters. Do not make the mistake of calling them your cousins. You can, because in the English way, we call them cousins and everything, but they're not. They're actually your siblings.
Very simple.
They
Okay.
are. Um, but you are going to take over another surname should you get married, if you believe in such. Your kids are going to take over your husband's surname, but your brothers are going to continue the Springer surname, but you won't. And your
Right.
kids are going to take over the other surname. So your kids are belonging to the other surname. You belong to both surnames. It's a lot.
No, but it makes sense though. The way it got
Yeah,
broken down, it makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I
So
like that.
these are some of the things that are being passed down. Information in Africa as a whole, it's very juicy. It's nice. It's nice, and if one is very interested, it's there. It's not a secret. Everyone knows these things. It's just that people choose to continue calling their people cousins because they're ignorant. And I'm not one of those. I like to know where I'm from.
Mm, mm.
And it's tying back to what we were talking about yesterday about Tennessee and you not caring about Tennessee. And
'Cause it's different for us. It's different.
yeah,
It's
it
not
is.
like it's not like a prideful thing for you guys, but it's like an honor thing for you guys. For us, it's not
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's
But
not
I
that.
guess there are things that you guys feel like you honor these things, you cherish these things. It's just that
Yeah.
it's totally different from what we cherish and what you guys cherish. But it doesn't mean it's less important for us and more important to you, and vice versa. It's
Right.
just, yeah.
Right. It's true. It's true. No, I like this. I like this session.
Yeah.
But
I want to learn something from you though. Anything could be anything. Um,
what?
something that I've never seen on television because we watch the US television.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Keep
Where
going.
is Andile? Where is Andile?
It's
Andile is supposed to
no,
be
I
doing
don't
the
care.
Lord's work. Like,
You can't offend somebody, when it doesn't bother them. It doesn't bother me. So
exactly, exactly.
it doesn't
Sometimes when
bother
I
me.
laugh, sometimes when I laugh, I hide my teeth. Sometimes I don't.
I hide
And
my teeth all the time.
it's not to say I have any insecurities about myself. I've accepted myself a long time ago. So it
Exactly.
doesn't matter. Your opinions about my teeth doesn't matter.
Oh,
So
he's probably talking about my teeth.
he's
They
probably talking
as
about
as
both of us. It
kids,
doesn't matter though. Doesn't
right?
matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Cause yeah, you can't offend somebody. It doesn't, doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. So yeah, I want to learn something about, I don't know. Tell me something you think I've never heard of. in the US, or like something you're definitely sure that I don't know about the US or the cultures in the US, or it could be anything, could be anything.
Tough one. Put me on the spot. I don't know. I don't know. What are you curious about that maybe you've seen on TV and you think maybe it's not as real as what is being portrayed or
I guess there's this whole idea that the United States is this superhuman country where everything is perfect, and um, everyone around or everywhere else in the world is just playing catch up to you guys, if you understand what I'm
Mm,
trying to say. So in the like, I'm not going to say like everywhere, but what we watch in movies and everything, this is the idea or the whole thing that they are trying to portray. And I'm noticing this is why I actually stopped watching TV. But this is not the whole reason why I stopped watching TV. I stopped watching TV in grade 10. That's when I just quit. I quit on watching TV. Like, I just quit. But
mm,
it, both sides, like South Africa, I don't watch nothing from South Africa. I don't watch nothing from the US. I don't watch nothing. It's just that I'm very hooked on TV series. I love them so much. But when it comes to news and breaking news and all those things, like anything that is trending and happening, I stay away. But
mm,
if you can recommend me a movie or a series or whatever, I'm gonna watch. That's just
okay.
me.
Mm.
That's just who I am. So what I'm trying to say is, have you ever watched a movie? Well, you have, where it's one country against the other, but always the country that is going to be victorious is the US.
I mean, yeah. They're the biggest superpower, so whoever's in power is always gonna be the victor.
So that whole idea for me was like, I don't like this though, because it is portraying this country as, this country is superior to everything else in the world.
But that's the
And
story that they can write because they're the ones that win. Same thing with South Africa during apartheid. Who was winning during that time? Who was able to write the narrative? Who was in power? It's whoever is in power at the time that gets to write the narrative.
mm, however, with South Africa though, I don't think South Africa is the biggest story in Africa though.
The
It's the
biggest story
biggest
in
one that is in
Africa?
the, yeah, it's not.
I
South Africa is
mean,
not that South Africa is not that much of a big deal in Africa though. But the media and even South African media is doing a pretty good job at portraying South Africa as this powerhouse in Africa, and we're not. There's a lot
outside
of there's a lot of countries in Africa that are far more rich, far more superior than South Africa.
South
But
Africa.
we are portrayed as this superpower country, and we're not. To be
Mm.
honest with you, we're not. We're not.
Well, maybe that's how you take it, but I mean, I remember in school learning about apartheid. I
Mm,
didn't really learn anything else about any of the other African countries. The only other one that I remember learning anything, and it's because my parents showed me that movie Rwanda when they were going through their whole issue and the Tutsis and the Hutus, I can't remember the other one, but that whole, massacre, that's the only other story that I know about Africa, but other than that, I only know about South Africa and apartheid, and that's
mm,
actually, like, growing up in school. I can't remember what grade I was in, but I remember learning about that, I remember learning about Mandela, but there's no other stories that, like, I remember hearing about in Africa or being taught in,
mm.
school like nothing else. So that's
Right.
the only thing that we would know is that about Africa.
Okay. Let me ask this question. The most information that you've ever consumed or you've ever become, I don't know what the word is here, but where or when did you actually start um, awakening your knowledge about African history and all those? Was it in school or after school?
It would have been after school
Same
because
here. Same here. What I'm trying to drive you towards is I hated history in school. In fact, history is a must from grade, s- not grade six, from grade four up to grade nine in South Africa. And then from 10th grade up to the 12th grade, you actually have to choose whether you want to do history or not. And I didn't choose it because I didn't like it. The narrative there was so wrong. The narrative that they were pushing was so wrong. Like they wanted us to learn about Germany, they wanted us to learn about the US, they wanted us to learn about the wars that happened and all those things, Hiroshima, what happened in the Asian countries, the United States, the UK, and all those things. But little did they teach us about what was happening, what was happening in Africa. There was so little information about Africa, but there was a broader picture, like a bigger picture about the information in the other European countries and the American countries and all those things, which became a problem for me because I'm African. I want to know about my African countries and what happened in Africa. I don't care about what happened in Germany. I'm not German. I don't care about what happened in Asia. I'm not Asian. It's good to know these things, but how are they helping me find my roots, where I'm from, what's happening, right? So that information, it was only strictly, they only taught us about South Africa and some other countries in Africa, but not too much on the other countries, but more so on South Africa, which is good. However, what about the other countries? That's when I took an initiative of saying, I'm not going to do history. I don't like it. The way it's being pushed, I don't like it. It wasn't until after I finished school that's when I was invested in learning about Africa. And the information that I got, I was overwhelmed that
Mhm,
there's more information about Africa than there is about South Africa alone,
mhm,
and than there is about the rest of the world.
mhm.
That's where I got to actually understand about, you know, a lot of things. Muammar Gaddafi. They don't teach you about Muammar Gaddafi. You don't know, we didn't know anything about Muammar Gaddafi, but that guy, he would have liberated us. But they don't teach us that. That's the narrative that they want us to learn about. They don't
Right,
want us, they don't want us to learn about these things. But they want us to learn about Mandela,
right.
who did a lot of good things for us. We are grateful. But was it just Mandela? No, there were a lot of guys in a lot of countries that were doing amazing things, but they keep on telling us about Mandela.
Like I
Mandela this,
said,
Mandela that.
they want their narrative. The people who are in power want their narrative, so they're going to do that. It's the same thing with us, when we were I mean, I loved history, but I loved it more after school. And our
Right,
history was always MLK, Malcolm X, you know. I learned about more stuff later on, but it was never about, oh, what countries did we come from Africa? All we saw was like one book, one picture of like us on slave ships. And then it just starts with the American Revolution. It starts with all
right,
the Civil War. It starts with all the American stuff. It's nothing about where we come from, like how many ships were there that docked with slaves. It's none of that stuff. It's just
right,
like it's a whole separation of us coming from our land, and it's about our freedom fighters, it's about, that movement, but it's like that's still not our heritage, is still not our lineage. We're so much more than just overcoming, overcoming. That's all we're doing is overcoming. Like, we're more
mm,
than that.
right.
So
Do
I
they
I
teach the
understand.
Yeah. Do they teach the history about the Black Panthers in school?
Not really, I don't remember hearing that history. I feel like I had to find that history out on my own, and if they did, it's little, and it's not necessarily, I don't feel like a, um it's not like a good narrative, like speaking about MLK or something like that. It's like they were kind of against it, you know?
Yeah.
Even though the Black Panthers were like everything for the community.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it's always our history is always overcoming. It's always the sad movies. Like I could never watch 12 Years a Slave, just basically another slave movie. Like they have just so many slave movies of us. Just slave movies after slave movie just to um to bring out the anger, to bring out the sadness all over again, to
Yeah.
just bring out all those emotions again. But that's so irrelevant to who we are as a people. We're so much more than just overcoming. Like we are a strong people. But see, you forget that when you constantly have somebody showing you that you were down all this time, that you've been down, you've been down, you've been down every decade. Something else happens, whether it's drugs, whether it's the places that they put us in, the red zoning, whatever it is, it's just showing how we've been put down, put down, put down. It's just reiterating it. Because again, it's their narrative. It's their
Yeah.
narrative because they're the ones in power.
Yeah. I guess I thought maybe this was something that was only being portrayed in African countries, and you guys were prone to know all these things. But I'm just realizing that it's everywhere. The history or the lessons that they want to show, or the narrative that they want to push, they are giving a limited amount of information to certain people, or to everyone. They're giving everyone this amount of information so that they can actually start being angry and fighting amongst each other and all those things, while they do something else in the side on the side and stuff. So I
Hmm.
thought it was just African countries that are being fed certain information, and the US people are being given a different kind of a book. And, you know, so
And
yeah,
see,
I
I
guess that
had
makes sense.
heard, I was like browsing through the internet and I don't know, I saw somebody, I'm not going to say their ethnicity, but they were just pointing out the fact that how Black people don't even trust other Black people, like um, us as African Americans. And how are we going to trust you guys? Because you guys don't even trust one another. But it's like when you look at it, like basically all the ethnicities do have a tight bond with one another. You know, like
Mm,
I'm not gonna say every like the Asians do, the Hispanics do, the Europeans do. Us as African Americans, we have an issue with that. But what's the common denominator with everybody else? What's the common denominator with the Europeans, with the Asians, with the Hispanics, even with the Africans? The common denominator is that you guys know where you come from. All we do is know that we're slaves. And I think that has a big reason to why we're not that brotherly love, because it's always
guys.
just it's this friction, because we're not coming from a place of home, of knowing, of who we are. We're always coming from a place of being taken, being stripped, and then all the stuff that follows afterwards of what they did when we were in the States. But I feel like that's a really strong element to it of why it's not like tight like everybody else, because it's
Yeah.
everybody else sticks together. Why are we the only ones that don't stick together? What's the common reason?
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. There was a joke that was said by my all-time favorite comedian. Have you ever heard or know of George Carlin?
George Carlin. No.
George Carlin. So he was American. He passed away a long time ago. Um, he said um, he was very like, so this guy, he was a realist. Like, he was a realist. At the same time, he understood the world the way it works.
Mm.
Like, he wasn't sugarcoating anything. He was white, by the way, but he called out a lot of things. A lot of things, like a lot of things. He would literally say that um, the big people, the ones that are above everything, are calling the shots. He was a comedian. He was allowed to say these things because, when you're doing stand up, anything is allowed.
Yeah.
Everything is allowed. You can say almost anything. You would get away with it. However, if you're saying it on I'm not sure, a talk show or whatever, then, you know, so he would say, I have this moron thing that I like to do, which is called thinking. And I'm not a very good American because I like to form my own opinions, right? So this is me quoting what he said, right? And then he would go like, please just research George Carlin. And
George
then
Carlin.
when we do another session, just tell me
What I think.
um, yeah, what do you think? He's good. He was good. He was a comedian. I'm 100% sure that as soon as you search his name, you are going to say, I know this guy.
Okay.
Just take your other phone, just type on YouTube George Carlin, and just see what comes up. That guy he was, I mean, I learned a lot from him with humor, by the way. I would laugh, but learn something while laughing because that guy taught me a lot of things.
Comedians usually are smart. I mean, they have to be. They have to be good
Yeah,
comedians. They're very,
yeah,
very intelligent.
they are. Like, look at Eddie Griffin. Eddie
Yeah.
Griffin is a smart guy. He's a smart. You know Eddie. You can't tell me you don't know Eddie.
I don't know this Carlin. I'm gonna have to look him up. But Eddie Griffin, let me see.
You know Eddie. You can't not know Eddie. Eddie. It's impossible.
Yeah, I know his. See, I'm better with faces than I am with names. Always, always.
So
That's
you
with
see.
everything.
So you see. With I'm not gonna say everyone, but with me, a South African, I'm very good with names. Um, I'm very good with characters as well. So
Mm.
I try by all means to. Uh,
Don't even look at it. It's a waste of energy. That's why I just
so
laugh
is this why you don't read your comments?
sometimes.
We I'm noticing a huge difference with your community and mine. A huge difference.
Weirdos.
A huge difference.
I just call them
Like
out. I'll just say weirdos and then I'll just keep talking.
my
Honestly.
community is so different. Like this message right here would have been retracted, or someone would have put this person on timeout immediately, because I always have soldiers that
I'm
are
not there
there.
yet. I'm not there yet, Zulu.
I always, like, on my live stream, if someone is gonna come and say a weird comment, someone, before I even get to the comment, someone would have already removed that comment.
Right.
That's how quick my community is. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I,
fine, it's
I'm
fine,
still,
but
we're still getting through the kinks here. Still getting through it.
right. And whoever that just typed here just gave you your watch hours. They give you your views, so you're still making
Exactly.
money from it. So it doesn't matter.
You're putting me in the algorithm. So that's how I
Exactly,
see it. Okay.
exactly. We're still
Clock
making
it.
money from this, so we
Right.
good. So George Carlin said he's not a very good American because he forms his own opinions, and he's not big with voting. He doesn't like to vote.
Mm.
The reason he doesn't like to vote is because you notice how they like to flip everything on us. They say, if you did not vote, you don't have a say on what happens. However, George Carlin says, where's the logic in that? Because if I, who was sitting at home watching you guys go and vote, right? And everything that is happening in this country is all because of you guys who voted. So I, who did not vote, have every single reason to say to you, you created this mess because I did not vote. So I have all the say in the world to talk about this thing. You guys created this mess, and we are in this mess because of you guys. You guys are the ones that voted for this person. Now, this person is doing one, two, three, four. So you can't complain, but I can. However, they say you can't have a say because you did not vote.
Right.
But I did not have a say in this mess. I have a say now that you guys are in this mess. So he doesn't like to vote because of that. Like it doesn't work. Even politics doesn't work. Even everything doesn't work. Every single thing. He says everything doesn't work. He makes this big joke about commercials. So he would say, he would make a very long commercial about a pocket watch, not a pocket watch, a pen. So he would just name it, and it's gourmet. It's a pocket. What? I don't know what he says, but he just advertises it in a form of like before he says what it is. He would put in these nice words for you to like be intrigued about what is this person talking about? What is he advertising? And then in the end, it's like it's a flashlight. And then you are so intrigued by buying this thing, um, then you find out it's a flashlight, but the way he presented it, he made you convinced that this thing is actually premium quality, right? That's how
Right.
they get us. That's how they get
Right.
us. So they are very good in advertising, but whatever they're advertising is so shitty, sorry for the language, that the way it's been packaged and advertised and everything, it's so good that when you have the actual product, it doesn't live up to the advertisement.
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea about this whole thing. And then the bigger people are giving us this whole idea that the rich fear, oh no, the middle class, they fear the rich.
Mm.
And the poor, they fear the middle class.
Mm.
And then these guys are putting the police in there just to cause a chaos, right? Between these ones coming against these ones and everything, while they go to the bank and take our money without being taxed. And, so he makes this huge joke about everything, but it's true if you think
It's
about it. But
true. It's true.
so I don't want to dive
It's
into that. It's politics,
it's a
and
lot of
I don't
truth
like
in
politics.
jokes. That's where
Yeah.
they stem from.
Someone once told me that in every joke, there's a bit of truth to it.
It won't be able to be funny without it being true in some way, shape, or form. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
funny. Because how can you make fun of somebody who's beautiful? How would it be funny?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to make fun of them.
Yeah.
It has to be some truth in that embarrassment of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So yeah.
it's interesting. I
Yeah.
like that. I like how our conversation went.
Yeah. Now you have to
Oh,
sleep. I'm guessing it's very late, and I had a class that I was supposed to attend,
oh my
but
gosh. You can't still attend it? Was it at a
at
certain time?
6. I'm just gonna attend it maybe 6:30.
It's 30. Oh, and then you need to go to sleep after that because you've had a long day. You've done a lot of video uploads, and I still gotta, you know, I'm just gonna say this for everybody that keeps telling me that CapCut is up and running. It's not up and running for us US people. Okay. They changed it
It's not.
to, no, they changed it to another app, something with a V, and it's not the same anymore. You try to act like it's unbanned because TikTok's unbanned or whatever, but it's not there anymore. So I have to figure out a new editing software, and it's very irritating because, with all the footage, it's already a lot with editing, but then using a whole new software is just like, and then you have to deal with your laptop with making sure it's up to date. Then you have to make sure your camera's up to date. It's too many stuff. It's too many stuff. So I'm just
Too
saying
many
that out there.
excuses. Too many excuses. All I'm hearing is excuses. Too many
I'm
excuses.
gonna get
Like,
it together. I'm gonna get it together. But I'm just saying, CapCut was very user friendly, and they took that away from us for whatever reason. For whatever reason. But yeah, I don't know how I got onto that topic. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I had to say that. I
no,
had to say
no,
that.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But I'm hearing excuses, but it's okay.
Okay, no, I'm
It's
working
what I was
on my
doing as
videos.
well. This
I'm
it's
working.
actually what I was doing. You will notice that this video that I did today, um, is the first video that I've done in a month. I
Wow,
haven't released a video in a month. So
gotta
these are
watch
the
this.
excuses that I was these are the excuses that I was busy with.
See,
I was
I've
saying
done
to
a
people,
video.
so
It hasn't been a month for me. I mean, for
at least,
February, if I say
at least.
February,
But with me, I've been compensating with live streams. I was going live every day.
you have been doing lives a lot, a lot.
So
That's good
yeah,
though. That's
it
good.
is because now I'm trying to make that money. I'm trying to make that money because I don't
Right?
think live streams are not going to give me the money that I'm going to make with my videos.
You have to
So
get, if you watch, you should watch Dash and you should watch Dante London. They're American YouTubers. And I feel
okay.
like you could take like pointers from them because we're doing Take a Lot too. Like it's just basically telling about your day, telling about how it went, and just keep on posting like every single day. And I still have reservations because it's like I don't want to talk about everything. And most of the time I'm quiet anyway. I only talk when I'm having like engaging conversations like this. I can't just talk on the camera, just like and tell about my whole day. It's not gonna happen. So I'm
Then
just trying to.
just do it as though you're speaking to Zulu. Look at the camera and think you're speaking to Zulu, and just think about what I would say to something you would say, because I would make a joke about it, and then you
n-
would laugh, and then
I mean, it could in theory, but in all honesty, no, because I
I know
can't.
what you mean. I know
Yeah, I
what you mean.
can't. But I
Just
still.
take a screenshot of my face and just put it next to your phone
You're really
when you're
trying to.
filming.
You're trying to prop yourself up.
Just put a picture of me and just think about that guy that is always making fun of me,
Oh my
and
gosh.
just look at that guy and be like, I'm gonna make a video and then I'm gonna look at this guy, and I know he's thinking that I'm just making excuses, and
Oh
I
wow.
don't care, because I always say you don't care, so I don't care about this, I don't care about that, right?
And
And
that'd
then
be the
just
way
do
I blow
that.
up. That would be my viral video right there. Right there.
Exactly, exactly. But I'm gonna finish that video that you did, because Garabo has been telling me that your vlogs about you, or the ones that you were here in South Africa, are actually
South
good.
Africa.
So the
Oh,
one the one the one that I was watching now is like 30 minutes. So I was like 5 minutes in, and then I just remembered my premiere. My premiere is like, eh, at the time I was watching the video, I had to pause,
and
go
get on your
out,
live.
and then,
Yeah.
yeah, because when you do a premiere, people are there, they're commenting while watching, and then I have to be there to just, guys, the video is halfway there. Just hang in there. Don't leave.
Don't
Uh,
leave. Don't leave. I
yeah,
never did the premiere. I appreciate the support for sure. And I'll definitely
yeah.
catch your
No,
video.
I'm so grateful to Garabo. I'm sorry about that. I don't know who is beating up a child. I hope YouTube doesn't come for us for that. I don't know.
Copyright a
YouTube,
cry of a child. They would try to
you can't hear
copyright
it.
that.
Can you
I
hear it
hear
though?
I hear the kid.
Oh, okay, yeah. YouTube, this is not my kid. It's the neighbor's kid. So I don't know. So please don't come for us.
Copyright.
Don't copyright us and think maybe it's a song or something. It's not. Okay.
You say the
It's
baby
not.
crying is a song.
They would. They would. I don't know. But yeah. What was I saying before this?
You're
I
about to
even
say
forgot.
Carabo something.
Yeah. So I was watching a 30 minutes video of you exploring, and I think it was touching base on the interview that you did with the two couple that was
The
born
Blantons.
and raised in the US but moved to South Africa and stuff. So I'm still watching that.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
love
still
that
watching that.
one. Every time I
And
just
I
like
saw the number of views are like you have good views there. So
I have good
honestly,
views when I
honestly,
post South Africa, but then when I'm just posting myself, it's like, but I just
it's a
have to
sign.
build.
It's a sign. It's a sign. Don't tell me
I
about
gotta get my
Botswana.
butt
Don't tell me
on the
about
continent.
Botswana and Zimbabwe. It's a sign. Okay?
Oh
It's a sign.
wow. It's not Zimbabwe, but I've met so many nice people in well, it's this one person in Botswana that I just love. I have to visit him again. But then Zimbabwe too, like they were beautiful. They were all beautiful.
The Zimbabwean people are great, man. I don't know why
They are.
people are
They're
saying
very
we are
lovely
beefing.
people.
Why are they saying we're beefing with these guys?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It really comes from the
Let me
South
tell you.
Africans. It don't
Let me
really
tell
come
you.
from the Zimbabweans.
Cordelia always says I'm an engineer, right? She always says I'm an engineer. Always. She's always saying, Zulu the engineer, our engineer, all the time. Right. And I'm a
Okay.
mechanic, right?
Oh, you're a
But I'm a
mechanic.
I'm doing diesel mechanic and I'm a boiler maker. So she's always saying because I'm working with these machines and stuff, automatically I'm an engineer. So now what I'm trying to say is the people that remember when you are in the field of um, like the mechanic field and the boiler making field, like the industry of mechanics and all those things, you are going to go through a phase of becoming a apprentice, and then you're gonna have a mentor. So everyone that has mentored me from every single company that I've ever went to was a person from Zimbabwe. That goes to show you their intelligence. We were talking about the history that we were talking about history and saying, not South African history is not the holy grail of African history and everything. Like if you go to Zimbabwean history, you actually get to learn a lot. Zimbabwean people are very smart, guys. They are very intelligent. Look at their former president, by the way, Robert Mugabe. That guy, I don't know how many degrees he had. I don't know how many degrees he had. Those guys are educated. They are very wise and bright and like they know what they're doing. It's just unfortunate that their country is not thriving at the moment, but they're very, very smart individuals. So, like every single person that taught me and made me have the skill is someone from Zimbabwe. Even now, I'm working with two guys that are from Zimbabwe. They're good. They're very good.
Mm.
They're very good at what they do. So I don't know. If you're saying Zimbabwean people are good, they're decent people, I agree, like 100%. I don't know where this beef with South Africans and Zimbabweans come from. I love Zimbabwean
I have
people.
to find the original comment because there was a lot going back and forth in my videos that I posted. So I can't remember where it started.
I honestly don't know. Let
I
me
don't
just
know
leave you
either.
now because I have this session and it's already 29 minutes.
Oh yeah,
So
you need to go into your session and then you need to get some
working
sleep.
nonstop, working nonstop. But this one at least is paying me, so it's fine. Um,
Thank you
I have
so
to make
much
that
for
money.
coming back onto my live
Yeah,
because this really helped me. I'll definitely do it
always.
on Saturday. I don't know if I'm doing it on Sunday, but I'll definitely do it
No,
this
that's
Saturday.
fine. That's fine. You know, Saturday I'm always working. See, today I'm at home. Saturday I'm
You're
always on
always
the road,
working.
but
So now I'm gonna have to
I'll
try
make
and do it
sure that
on
I always.
Sundays because it is better that you're sitting down. Because I kind of don't like when you're driving because I want you to focus on driving because I don't want anything to happen and we're alive. That would be horrible.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand. As much as I try to be as careful as I can, but you'd
You
never know.
never
You never
know.
know. You never know what might
If
happen.
I do it on Sunday, it's gonna be later on in the day because I get done like later on in the day. So it all depends.
On Sunday, you can come on live anytime. To be honest with you,
Anytime.
I'll be there. I'll be there. On a Sunday. On a Sunday, I promise you this. I'll be there anytime because on a Sunday, that's where I get to chill and relax. Like I'm taking it easy on a Sunday. I'm not doing anything in particular. I'm just trying by all means to rest up because I have a 6 day week that I'm working, and then one day I get to relax. So
Relax.
Sunday, I'm free.
You know what? I think I'll do Sundays this month because the way my schedule is looking, Saturdays, I only have this Saturday that I can, and everything else I work. But Sundays I still work, but I think it's gonna be better.
Actually, I
So,
forgot to ask, what kind of work are you in? What kind of work do you do?
I work as a flight attendant or a stewardess, you guys call it.
I understand what you mean, but you're
Oh,
always home, though.
no, I'm on vacation now still. I'm outside the country.
You're still in Thailand.
No, I'm somewhere else. I'm not gonna say it until I do my
Oh, it's
cause my
fine. It's
vlog.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been
Oh,
like
okay.
2 weeks since I've been outside the country. But later you'll see. Well, usually I'm always at home on the lives because I try to get the weekends off. But this month, February, they got me working basically every weekend. So except for at the end, there's only one day that I have off for the weekend. But yeah, this one's gonna be a busy month. You'll see it if I put more vlogs up, you'll see how much I'll be just in and out, in and out.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say how much you're making, but it's fine. We'll talk.
Oh no. See, I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person. I'm not doing all that.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Not doing all that.
It's been nice.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll
And I
talk
still been
again.
working because I still been vlogging. So, but yeah, I just gotta figure out this new software, this editing stuff. So,
Okay. I'm
okay.
just expecting a video from you somewhere in between, like this week. I'm just gonna be on the lookout for your a video.
Okay.
And if you're not shooting a video, I'm not coming in on Sunday. Probably Tulani or Karabo is gonna be co-hosting with you.
Oh man, that's so messed up.
So,
I gotta get started with this.
nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'll be here. I'll be there.
Okay. Well
All
then,
right. Cheers. Eh?
cheers. Thanks
Bye.
everybody for being on the live.